Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Today, we'll be book talking every day by David Levithan. We'll begin with the setting. The setting takes place all over the state of Maryland because the narrator never wakes up in the same body. We'll get to that later. The story takes place in the present day. Now to the main characters. A is our narrator and main character. He does not have a name, just a letter. He is not just one person. He wakes up in a different body his age every day, and because of this he has endless character traits. They just depend on who he inhabits that day. On to Rhiannon. Rhiannon is a girl that A falls deeply in love with when he inhabits the body of her boyfriend for a day. She is caring, gentle, shy, and lovable. She is A's dream girl. Nathan Hawdry. Nathan Hawdry is a boy who A inhabits one day. He wakes up the next day and claims he was possessed by the devil, even though it was just A. He pesters A throughout the whole book. To the plot. A wakes up in a new body every day. He's like this for 16 years. He inhabits Justin and connects with his girlfriend Rhiannon like never before. A keeps trying to see Rhiannon even after he is out of Justin's body, never revealing his secret to her. This starts to affect the people's lives who he inhabits, including Nathan Hawdry. A inhabits Nathan Hawdry and goes to a party he shouldn't have been at to be with Rhiannon. He doesn't make it home in time, so Nathan wakes up in his car on the side of the highway the next day, with no memory of how he got there. When questioned by the police, Nathan says it must have been the work of the devil, and makes his story extremely public. While Nathan pesters A through the email address A accidentally left on Nate's home computer, he is more convinced he was possessed by the devil. Nathan says he was in his own body, but he had no control over what was happening. He gets a local Reverend Poole, involved. A soon reveals the truth to Rhiannon, and much to her disbelief, she trusts A and just wants proof. Nathan's story is becoming well known throughout the town, and A emails him saying he is not the devil. Nathan's only reply is to prove it. Rhiannon and A confess their love to each other, but soon after Rhiannon breaks up with A because they'd never be able to live a normal life together. She would never be able to meet his parents, he wouldn't be able to meet her parents, not her friends, nothing. So A requests to meet with Nathan in person to reveal the truth. Nathan completely believes A and requests to meet the next day again to see the body change actually happen. The next day, Reverend Poole accompanies Nathan at his home. Reverend Poole reveals he is just like A and can help him stay in a designated body, but A feels that the Reverend uses his power more sinfully and more like demonic possession. So A does not follow the Reverend and leaves immediately. A feels like permanently inhabiting a body to be with Rhiannon would be like murdering the original person. So he decides to set up a date with Rhiannon in the body of a boy named Alex, who A thinks she will one day love as much as she loved A. They fall asleep together, and when A wakes up in a new body, he runs far away from Rhiannon. That's the end of the plot. On to the important passage. This comes from Rhiannon. I mean, you're a different person every day, and I just can't love every single person you are equally. I know it's you underneath. I know it's just the package, but I can't, A. I've tried, and I can't. I want to. I want to be the person who can do that, but I can't. And it's not just that. I've just broken up with Justin. I need time to process that, to put that away. And there are just so many things you and I can't do. We'll never hang out with my friends. I can't ever talk to you about my friends, and that's driving me crazy. You'll never meet my parents, and I will never be able to go to sleep with you at night and then wake up with you the next morning. Never. And I've been trying to argue myself into thinking these things don't matter, A. Really, I have. But I've lost the argument, and I can't keep having it when I know what the real answer is. This passage is extremely important because it highlights the moment where A loses the only person who he's ever truly loved and felt connected to. This absolutely crushes him and changes his entire life. On to the author. I think Mr. David Levithan solely wrote the story for entertainment purposes. There is not a single cultural element that I can imagine which would influence this fictional plot. Now to the reflection. What I liked about the novel was the attention to detail, the elaborate plot line, and the complexity. I couldn't imagine such a complex plot line to come together like Mr. Levithan has, and it really just impressed me. I was very impressed. What I disliked was A's unwillingness to let go from Rhiannon, because I mean, she tried explaining to him like this can't be the way life goes. Like, you can't just tell me we can have a normal life when obviously they couldn't. So that's what I didn't like. I mean, I didn't like that A just couldn't accept that fact. That and I couldn't really relate to the book because that's not what I disliked. I just can't relate to the book because, I mean, that obviously can't happen. We can't wake up in a different body every day. And it was very easy for me to understand. I mean, I really liked it. It's a good book. That's it. Thank you for listening.